Lucky Rangers 3 in a row, sorry. 3 in a row. Lucky Rangers 3 in a row, sorry. 3 in a row. Lucky Rangers 3 in a row, sorry. 3 in a row.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. First of all, I just want to apologize to everyone. Yesterday, I was meant to come on and I just, I was too ropey from the night before. I was too hungover. What a night Wednesday night was. Absolutely remarkable scenes at Celtic Park. And I want to apologize to anyone that was tuning in on the live feed. At the end of the day, you're up at Celtic Park. The coverage is not great. There was some really cruel comments getting thrown at me like, oh, what's this, freelance or something? I'm recording off my phone. I'm not going to go with a big camera, am I? A big flashy light. So I tried my best. I was trying to show you what was going on. And yeah, it was like literally terrible coverage. But it is what it is. I was there. I had a good time. And Celtic won the league in style at Kilmarnock, and you know what? Remarkable scenes, absolutely remarkable scenes. So, you're all certainly welcome in tonight. I just want to show you this T-shirt, absolute belter. So, it's at a pop on for about just over an hour. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone over the last week subscribing to the channel as well. We're up nearly 105 new subscribers over the last couple of days. Really good night, Wednesday night. We're going to talk about the game coming up the weekend. We're going to talk about Joe Hart'S career at Celtic. We're going to talk about Adam Ida as well. Some fans are back on saying sign him, change their mind after his performance the other night. And we're going to talk about Ange as well. At the end of the day, Ange brought success to Celtic as well. So we'll kick it all off and get the comments in. You're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, and you're on X. Would be really appreciated. As I said, if you can sub to the YouTube channel, it's completely free of charge. It would mean the world if I can get a new sub by the end of this video. I'm sure I should be able to get a new sub. This is an absolute scene of a picture. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I was feeling a bit quite emotional this morning. Looking at Joe Hart's videos. Joe Hart, like over the last 3 years, talking about Celtic. I don't know if I have that video there. I'm gonna see can I find this video. See can I upload it. 2 seconds now while I'm on the feed. I did make a video on Joe Hart today, so I'm just gonna pop this on. There might be a bit of an echo noise for 2 seconds, so do bear with me. Get the comments in. There's 32 people tuning in. No one's commenting on Facebook. Get the comments on Facebook. How he's feeling about the other night. So, let's see videos. Just 1 second now. Just trying to upload more video for you. Almost there. Why is this taking forever? As bad as the broadband or Celtic Park today. One more clip and then we're good to go. Right, we'll kick this off now. Sorry about the delay, folks. I was just literally uploading them clips. So I have a good bit to talk about. When I talk about Joe Hart, I want to kick it off straight away. Look, I was looking at all of our videos today of Joe Hart when he signed for Celtic. And he's done a couple of podcasts about his career in Glasgow, his time up here and stuff. And some of it hits at home, but we're gonna play this clip that I done earlier on. So if you could watch the video, we really appreciate it. If you're tuning in, tell us where you're tuning in from. Do you have the barbecue on? Are you still on the champagne since Wednesday night? You're looking forward to Trophy Day tomorrow? Are you going to the game? Are you going to the pub? What are you doing for it? Just let me know in the comments.
Football's been giving me so much and something that I love and still love doing. And still love doing. But I think with the time frame of the contract up here, having previously from the ages of 31 to 34 football, I didn't feel like I quite fitted in. I still felt like the same goalkeeper, but that's not me feeling sorry for myself. That's how this world works. That's how this beautiful business works. And I didn't really have a place. And now I found a place. I've had 3 years, 2.75, 2 3/4 of pure joy in being able to express myself and play with the personality that I love to play with on the field, interacting with an amazing football club who've really embraced me. And I thought, what more is there out there for me? I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm happy. If I were to go longer, I'd probably be searching. And I searched previously and I found what I wanted, so I wanted to take the opportunity.
It's that moment.
Look, Fraser's got nothing but love for this place. He has done. I'm close with him on and off the field. Supported him whilst he was here, and I saw what it did for him and what it did for his career and what it did for him as a person. He obviously played very well here. That's great. That's all well and good. But he also really enjoyed his life. He really enjoyed his relationship with you guys, and you guys are proud of him. He's super proud of you, and it's something that if I can get even a smidgen of what he did, then it'd be a great couple of years for me.
No conversations to be had. I was either coming to do something properly, whatever that may be, or I wasn't. And it turned out that I was, and I have, and this is what I've done, and this is how I wanted to do it, and I've loved it. Loved being here, loved being part of this. I was promised that this is the kind of club, like literally everyone who knows me said, look, even if obviously you can't go in chucking 2 in every week, people will turn on you, but when they see how you are and what you are and how you represent things, they'll buy into it, and people, that's why, whether I do well or not, I feel like people kind of get who and what I am, and that's more important to me than anything.
Yeah. Listen, them interviews earlier on, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of, there was the League Cup final when he's going around and he's talking about the Celtic fans and they're singing "Never Walk Alone." He brought a tear to the eye, and then it was the Scottish Cup final, and he's been asked the same thing, and he's just talking about the fans, and you've seen it full time at Rugby Park the other night with the fans. He was just remarkable. Even up at he led the team out on the stage. He was interviewed for us. He's just a really, really humble guy. I got to meet Joe Hart before Christmas. I posted on my socials today. I'm feeling a bit sad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the Tom Rogic kind of sadness. Obviously it was sad when Jota left, sad when Ange left. It's chapters come and go, full players come and go. And Joe's been a great servant over the last 2.5 years. We're gonna go through his stats as well. There has been times where I've criticised Joe Hart for his, distribution of the ball. When the ball gets back to him, it feels like he was a bit of a bomb scare. But, this season, he has been immense. He's been immense. And the leadership that he's shown, from being in them sticks, obviously the dressing room, the way he conducts himself, 27 years of age, what a professional. And it's going to be hard to replace him. It's going to be hard to replace him. It took a while to replace Boric, even though we got Fraser unknown from Newcastle at the time. Obviously, Craig Gordon came in on a free transfer. Craig Craig Gordon done a really good job at Celtic. I thought he was really good. You know, it was a free transfer, and you know, he helped us win trebles. He helped us win trebles, and he had a bit of a hiff in the quad treble final when he's playing for Hart'S. But Craig Gordon done well. Fraser came back in, and Fraser obviously came back on loan from Southampton and pulled off some remarkable saves against Lazio, the League Cup final against Rangers. Some really emotional times with the goalkeepers over the last 12 years, but Joe Hart will go up there. Joe Hart will go up there, you know, as an icon of Celtic. You know, I don't know, a legend. Like, he's won 7 trophies, but as a guy, he's a legend. As a person, as a human being, he is a legend. I wish him the very best. This will be last home game tomorrow for Celtic in the league. He's played 151 games for Celtic, 7 trophies, over 60 clean sheets. Made his debut against Jablonec over in Czech Republic, going back to 2021. I said the season before, when we were linked with keepers before we signed Barkas, I wanted Joe Hart in. I thought it wasn't working well for him at Burnley, and then he ended up to Tottenham. And he took a pay cut. To come back up the roads. And, you know, Joe's been a good servant to the club, and I really hope he gets the captain's armband tomorrow. He leads the team out. And it'd be emotional for his family, because like, he's obviously going to move on to something else now and retire from football. He's won Premier Leagues, he's won FA Cups, you know, represented England 75 times, playing in World Cups. That's just an achievement in itself. But I think, well, I'm going to struggle tomorrow to watch this game. I'm not going to the game. I'm going to be in Dublin. I'm going to struggle to watch it tomorrow. But like, it was sad when Beaton left, sad when Rogic left. You know, these were decent players for Celtic. Rogic was a legend. Beaton was a good servant over the years of being at Celtic. Jota was obviously box office. He was just a showboat, and he was a good player. And then Ange, emotions as well. But we're gonna put this clip on. This clip is from the Parkhead faithful on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So give their page a follow. Really good page. One of the best Celtic pages out there on the socials. So this is a clip from Glasgow International. I'll put this on my page earlier on, getting the credit.
Yeah. We got any champions, boys?
Lucky Rangers, 3 in a row. Sorry. Just 3 in a row.
I don't know if you've all seen the Carter Vickers video that's been going around with Joe Hart in it. So speaking of Joe Hart, he's in this video. So have a look at this.
Champions again, ole, ole. One more time. Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again. Champions again. Champions again, ole, ole.
What's the story with the bouncer being an absolute foot? Like, there's no need. He's enjoying himself. He's not the winning the league. He's not like he's smashing the place up. He's just putting his arms up and singing. People are just so finical these days. Adamide.
Champions again. Champions again. Champions again. Champions again, ole, ole. One more time. Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again. Champions again. Champions again, ole, ole.
There's not enough comments coming through tonight, folks. Great video. I was crying the other night watching him. God knows what he'll be like tomorrow. Well, look, he has business to attend next week as well. He has a cup final to attend next week. So if you just go out tomorrow, keep a clean sheet. Look, at St. Mirren are a good side. They've obviously deserved to be in the top 6, and they've European football this season, well, next season coming ahead of them. And Stephen Robinson's a good manager, and they've always been a difficult team to beat, St Mirren. But Joe Hart, look, it's about Joe. This weekend's about Joe. It's about the title. It's about the fans going to Triumgate and celebrating. That's what it's all about. It's all about. I wonder if Norwich sacking the manager, dangerous Ian is signing for us. No. At the end of the day, they got trashed by Leeds, I heard. Look, at Adam Ida, I've said this already. I would sign him. I don't think he's a 4-striker preference. I still feel we need to go out and get 2 strikers in the window. And I'm gonna talk about a particular player on the channel tonight. My mate Danny asked me this question yesterday, and he said, "Would you take this player at Celtic?" And my answer was yes, I would take this player. He's not a striker, he's a winger. So I'm gonna talk about this winger as well. But yeah, Leeds get them a kicking. And good luck to Mikey Johnson tonight for West Brom. They're playing Southampton tonight. So good luck to Mikey. Hopefully Mikey can steer West Brom into the playoff final. He's been absolutely remarkable down there since he joined them on loan. And look, I'm delighted for Mikey. The only thing about Mikey Johnson is when it comes to actually playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, being an East End boy, putting that shirt on, you know, it's a different game ball than playing down in the Horns. You know, completely different kettle of fish. And look at the football. The Championship is a better league, no question about it. But the pressure you're at Celtic. You know, it's a massive club. And Brendan was talking about, obviously, people saying he's gone through the motions last week, and he discussed them. Obviously, arriving at Lennoxtown 7:30 in the morning, leaving at 6:30 at night, going home, looking at videos on the laptop. And he knew the pressure that was coming in. He was under pressure. He was saying today in his press conference, people were writing him off on the 26th of August before the Derby game. And Brendan Rodgers deserves the credit, folks. Deserves the credit. Hasn't been the landslide title we all wanted. You know, I was expecting 12 points to win it, but this is what happens. It's been enjoyable. It really has been an emotional roller coaster. And that's what happens. You have bad days at the office and you drop points and a bit of anxiety kicks in, a bit of nerves kicks in, and that's the joys of being a Celtic fan. Unfortunately, not win the treble, but, you know, winning the league is the bread and butter. We have the Scottish Cup to contest as well, and it will be a magnificent sending off for Joe Hart. And I'll probably be a sending off for Matt O'Reilly as well, and we'll talk about Matt O'Reilly's stats as well. I'll get away, you block. You won't be putting that on my page again. Draws a good result in the Championship these times. But look at Mikey's done well. Joe, we're going to look at Joe Hart's stats. So he's won 6 trophies for Celtic, folks, at this moment in time. Let me see. This. No, that's not Joe Hart. 2 seconds now. So this is Joe Hart's career, folks. Played 151 games for Celtic. He's only ever been booked once, and he was sent off. That was against Livy. And then obviously we go back to the moments when we won the game, and him a full time celebrating, unbelievable stuff. Was it Livy? Was it Motherwell or Livy? I'm trying to think. Was Motherwell? Was it Motherwell or Livingston? I'm trying to think. It's either one of them. I remember a full time. Some scenes in the tunnel. He's conceded 143 goals and he's had 63 clean sheets. He's won 2 League Cups, 3 leagues, and a Scottish Cup as well on top of that. And he's obviously played Champions League football with Celtic as well over the last 2 seasons. So he's had a really decent career up in Glasgow, and he can leave in a high. I'm sure that he'll be over to the North Cove tomorrow celebrating. But I know a lot of fans will be out for this tomorrow. And what I say to any fans that are going out to celebrate the title party, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's a spectacle. And hopefully I'll be there next year. I'll be here for the Scottish Cup. I'll be here for the Scottish Cup final next week. I'm buzzing for it. But it's gonna be quiet one for me tomorrow. I have a big family member's birthday tomorrow night, so that's why I have to go back to Dublin. So that is massive. That is. So I have to go to that. This picture was taken a couple of years back, but look at very similar to the scenes that were there on Wednesday night. I'd say there was about 15,000 Celtic fans there. I was on the right hand side. Me and my mate Gaz went up. Would have been up about 10:30, 11:15, and it was just great atmosphere, good music being played as well. And when the team came onto the stage, it was just eruptions. Fireworks display was remarkable. You know, everyone was so happy, and you know, we worked hard to win the league this year. We crafted hard. You know, it wasn't, as I said, it wasn't a stroll in the town as usual. It was hard work, and you know, we beat our rivals 3 times this season and got a draw, which we should have beaten them. But yeah, get the comments in, folks. It's very bland tonight. I know there's a couple of other podcasts on the same time, and shout out to them podcasts that do terrific work over this season. You know, Celtic Supporters Podcast, the Unrestricted View, Endless Celts, Axon, the Boise Bus, you know, Ryan, Celtic Fan TV. They've all done a really good job. Shout out to Hamish doing his new channel as well, Celtic AM. So I'll try to keep up as much as them as I can. And most of all the Celtic World as well. Can't forget them lads. They've done a really good podcast. The Celtic Boys Down Under, really good podcast as well. There's loads. There's absolutely loads out there. And it's good that it's building and people are getting this confidence to do these YouTube channels. And, you know, it's not just a simple putting yourself on the camera and chatting away. It's a lot being put in, you know. So, question here. Would you make Hart captain for the day? Or should we... No. Look at... Let him be the captain for the day. Let him play his last 90 minutes at Celtic Park. Deserves it. So I'm gonna put out my team for tomorrow. This is the team I'm going for. I'm just gonna have to remove this comment. As I said, if you can subscribe to the channel tonight, would be really appreciated. So I'll pop on for an hour. There's 24 minutes left, so we'll have a good chat. I still think he hasn't recovered yet from that, to be honest with you. I know it's like last week's jokes, but still hasn't recovered. Let me see now. I'll get this sorted. And this is a picture I put up the other day as well. So Brendan, obviously 3.5 years of Celtic in his 2 tenders. These are the managers he went against. Obviously, there's caretaker managers in there. There's Michael Beale that thinks he's the Del Boy Trotter, who was soon out of a job. He got the boot quick enough, didn't he? Voldemort on the bottom left. You got Pedro there, which who was he at the end of the day? The Sleepy G and Mark Warburton, you know. So this is the team for tomorrow. Joe Hart in goal as the captain. I'll play Naroski tomorrow. Let Carter Vickers be rested for the final. You know, let Vickers be rested. I was gonna say rest Scales and bring Welch in, but you know what, Scales, give him more game time. I know he's played a lot of games this season, over 44 games he's played. So Scales in there. Greg Taylor left back because we don't really have any other cover. I don't know what the situation is with Adam Montgomery, if he's fit to play or not. Anthony Ralston right back. Rest Alistair Johnson for the big game next week. He loves a game against Rangers. I would rest Callum McGregor. Obviously Joe for the leadership in there. Tomoki Iwate, I'd start him tomorrow. Give him a run. I thought he played all right the other night when he came on at Rugby Park. You know, didn't give away too much. Bernardo, I bring Bernardo in for Rio. Rio looked a bit tired. Looked like I thought he was going to struggle, and then he shaked that injury off. He did. Matt O'Reilly, 18 goals, 18 assists. He has to play. You know, Matt O'Reilly, this could be his final game at Celtic Park, folks. I know a lot of people don't want me to say that. Nicholas Kuhn, play him on the right. Rest Jamesy for the cup final. I think Jamesy would be really effective, as we seen the other night. Played really well at Rugby Park, banged the goal in as well. Lewis Palmer, look at that picture of Lewis Palmer. Crop the picture. I came like literally comes up. Looks like it's green. It's a green shade instead of the white shade under it. But Palmer plays on the left, and then Ida up front. I think Ida's coming off a bit of confidence after scoring midweek. I thought he played really well, held up the ball, got stuck in. Link-up play was extraordinary. So that's my team against St. Mirren. I think looking at that, I think that's a quite strong team. Obviously, you can change it around. You can bring the captain in. You can bring Rio on. I don't know what the situation is with Odin Home. I don't know what's happening with him. But yeah, I think Maeda, you have to rest him. I want him fully fit for the game next week at Hampden. So I would, rest Maeda. Like, usually with Trophy Day, we tend to smash teams 4 or 5 goals, regardless who they are, because they finish in the top 6 anyway. Look at me smash Motherwell a couple of years back. Unbelievable stuff. So hopefully we can enjoy Trophy Day tomorrow. End of the day, it's about being lifting that trophy. Brendan's back at the helm. There's me in the Brazen Head. Start the season. I was trying to get the picture of me up with the trophy the other night. I posted it straight away. So yeah, it's a weird sight. As I said on the podcast just under 11 months ago, Brendan Rodgers back at Celtic. A lot of people were telling me to get the F. A lot of people were like, will you wake up and stop sniffing glue, Keith? I was getting all sorts of opinions were getting thrown at me. And look, we're all passionate. We all love the same cause, but the man's done a lot in the game. He's obviously bring a culture to Celtic where we went invincible, we went double trebles, and yes, he walked out of the club, and maybe one day we'll find out the truth why he walked out. Was it down to the lack of funds being available to Brendan? Is it just this time around he has a deal in place where, yeah, I'll win the league, Dermot, I'll win the league, Peter, but you gotta back me in the summer and let me bring in who I want to bring in. We obviously know there's been a shuffle already with the scouting. My personal opinion, I think we need to invest about 35 million this summer, and I mean getting 2 strikers, getting a goalkeeper, getting a really good goalkeeper. I'm talking about a keeper that's maybe 25 to 30 years of age. In them years, look at Joe came in at 34 years of age and steered the ship and done a decent job. But I think our first preference is a goalkeeper. We should, if I would have to pay 10 million in the modern day market to get a really solid keeper, I would. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Hail, Heather, how are you getting on? Hope you're well. Live updates on my lunch break are fantastic, good stuff. I'm back posting other videos as well on the channel. As I said, I think I need to get my head back into this YouTube business. And the busiest part of the YouTube channel is usually the summer, surprisingly enough, because we're linked to every single name under the sun. People want to hear a lowdown. People want to hear what type of player we're going for, what the statistics like, are they decent enough? Of course, Heather, I'm always a message away. Give me a message after the podcast. I'll catch up with you, Heather. How's it going, Snitch? I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in the other night as well. As I said, a massive thank you to everyone that tuned in for the live stream at Celtic Park. Yes, the coverage wasn't great. A lot of people were annoyed. A lot of people were fed up because it was recorded off a phone. And yes, I know. But look, come on, for God's sake, give me a bit of slack. I'm not gonna go with a big fancy camera. I'm at to come in from the pub. I'm at to going out and buying a charging stock so I can make sure that I can stream and show you what was going on. So yeah. So for the people that are quite cheap and say, oh, look at it, what you have a 3210, use your head. 3210s don't have cameras. Like, shy patter, absolute shy patter. Yeah, my phone's actually a pretty decent phone. It's just there was no coverage. I can't see it there. It's the Motorola. So it was a pretty good phone. So some of the comments were really cheeky the other night. Like, I was like, we're at the winning the league and people are moaning about my camera. Get a grip. You should be enjoying it. Should be getting more weight out and actually taking all in. well, I had the orange brew and the vodka, and I was enjoying it. Enjoying it quite well. And we'll do good stuff. Good stuff. Tell us when you're tuning in, folks. There's a good few people tuning in from X, the usual 38, 39 people. If you're tuning over from X, please subscribe to the channel. Trying to get more people to join the membership. It's 99 cents or 99 pence if you want to join the membership and become a member of the Command the Hoops YouTube channel and getting them badges. Please join. It's like buying a coffee, you know. Please join. It's less than a coffee. You won't get a coffee these days for 99p. Definitely not. Be lucky to even get half of a coffee. How's it going in South Africa? I hope you're well. Hope it's good down there. What would it be? Southern Hemisphere. It'd be winter time there. So yeah, hope you're doing good. Good to see you tuning in, Daniel. Good to see really good regular people tuning in tonight. As I said, we're gonna go through Matt O'Reilly's stats. His performance the other night, his goal was absolutely remarkable. His first goal. Second goal was nice. We'll talk about James Forrest's impact since he's had to come back into the team the last 6 weeks. You know, I feel like some fans just can't give Jamesy that legendary status because he's still playing. You know, James Forrest is on 23 honours for Celtic, folks. 23 honours. Over 480 games for Celtic. 23 honours. An invincible, a treble winner, a double treble winner, a treble winner, a quad treble winner, and a world record treble winner. So James, he deserves all the plaudits, deserves all the respect, deserves everything. Because I'm telling you one thing, players that you need in the dressing room experience like Jamesy Forrest is remarkable. What is the feedback on the camera with the background? What was it? It's just people were moaning the other night that because I was doing a live stream and I was literally trying to move it side to side, and there was obviously thousands of people around me, and people were moaning about the pixels, how it kept going down, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. I really don't care. I'm watching our fans celebrating us winning 3 in a row, and I have people on the channel on Facebook moaning about pixels. I'm like, better things to be fucking moaning about in life, you know. On this, mate, what's a Celtic Park? It's just it's a green screen, Rab. It's a green screen. So that's what it is. There you go. There's the t-shirt there, but as well, just a green screen. Let me have a look. We'll get rid of it. So we can remove it. There we go. Is that a bit better now for you? A bit too white, is it? A bit too white. So yeah. The Rangers are not in there anyway. So 62 people tuning in. I hope you've subscribed to the channel, Rob. Forrest is a legend, 100%. Jamesy is a legend. Said like he was the first goal scorer in the league for Brendan Rodgers in 2016. First goal scorer. That goal at Tynecastle. But someone asked me the other night. Someone asked me a really good question the other night. And they said to me straight, don't put emotions into this. Put this as a football right into it, Keith. Who did you think was a better player Celtic? Scott Sinclair or Jota? And I thought about this and I was like, you know, Jota was really skillful. He was young. He was box office. But I went with Scott Sinclair because Scott Sinclair was a treble winner. His stats every season, he was hitting around between 18 to 20 goals a season, and his assist was unreal. Crucial goals as well in the derbies. You know, Scotty Sinclair, obviously the way that he left Celtic was sad. Really enjoyed Scotty Sinclair at Celtic. Really enjoyed him. You know, he was a guy that Brendan brought in from Villa. Villa were relegated, and he scored his debut that game at Tynecastle. Came off the bench, scored, and he obviously nearly got pulled by the Hart'S fans behind the goal. But Scott Sinclair, what a guy! And you know what else he was? He also got Celtic a win as well in Europe in the group stages in Europa League, because we were at the time we were struggling to win away from Europe in the Europa League, and we played Rosenborg and he scored that night a header. People forget about that. You know, he's goal. I know this is against a lower opposition, but he's cracking goal against East Kilbride as well. People forget about them type of memories. Scotty had his goals at Ibrox. You know, really good guy Scott Sinclair was, and you go down. He's another icon. You know, really good guy. Stats were pretty decent as well at Celtic. How's it going, the Celtic guy? Hope you're well. How's it going? Hope you're well. Won the league Wednesday. You were tuning in Wednesday. As I said, I do apologise for the pixelated live. It wasn't the greatest. It was glitchy. The sound was perfect. It looked like watching a Bebo flashbox the other night, to be honest, which is when I look back on it. But okay, I gave us the experience of I threw it on live on Facebook and YouTube, and that's one of my first ever times going up to see a title win. You know, I've been living over here 2 years. My mate was like to me, Keith, let's go up to Parkhead, let's go up to Paradise, let's go up and watch the show. And my God, going into work yesterday morning, hungover, getting up at 6:30 in the morning, going to work. Oh, I was like a kid at Christmas. You know, just overwhelmed, watching back over the clips, watching back Joe Hart doing the celebrations to the fans at Rugby Park, you know, the goals. You know, it's been, as I said, it's been a roller coaster. And yeah, it went down to the second last game of the season, but we're champions. And yeah, great t-shirt. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, good t-shirt. One of my friends from Darville made it for me. So shout out to her. Shout out to Beth who made the t-shirt for me. How's it going, Caitlin Smith? Hope you're well. Hope is well. Thanks for tuning in. One more season of a job. He's be the answer. He left too soon. Money talks, man. Money talks, done this. We were right to bite our hands and take the 25 million. You know, and as I said, with Matt O'Reilly, I feel he will be gone. That's not me being a Debbie Downer. Yeah, he's in a contract till 2027. Please subscribe to the channel tonight, whoever's tuning in. I was meant to go on live last night at 6 o'clock. I postponed it. I was meant to go on at 9 o'clock last night. Oh, I was rough. I wasn't coming on and trying to chat to you when I felt like that. Not a chance. Right, let's see. Is this Matt's stats? Let me see. Up to date Matt's stats. No, that's not his stats. I'll tell you who that stats is in a second. Right, 47 games for Celtic. The Dane, Matty O'Reilly, has 18 goals, 18 assists. I kept going on about this in the pub the other night. So far this season, he could finish on 20 goals. You never know. He could finish on 2020. It's in his locker. He's at home. And if it comes to the case where Matt O'Reilly does leave Celtic in the summer, the more goals, the more assists, the more his CV looks decorated as a player in his early 20s. It's all appealing for us to sell him that. But it's getting a player in that could be at that stature, because yes, we go out and sell our players for decent money, the selling model, but we need to bring quality in as well. And I would love to see Matt O'Reilly stay. I would love to see Matt stay next season and, you know, have a crack in the Champions League. He's had a couple of man in the match performances in the campaign, and, you know, I'd really like to see Matt stay. I think all of us would like to see Matt stay. Simple as that. But when money talks, if there's these so-called top 6 clubs interested, there's, according to maybe West Ham as well. West Ham are not top 6 at the moment during this season. According to the rumours that Ange is sniffing around as well. And I don't know what's going to happen with Ange and Tottenham, to be honest with you. I think Ange will stay another season there and he'll move on. I wouldn't be surprised Man United will go in the summer and try to get Ange. I don't know if Tim Hag will be staying at Man United past the FA Cup final. But I feel sorry for Ange. You know, like, Ange has a typical. Is the game on Sky Sports tomorrow? Yeah, it's on Sky Sports tomorrow. Its coverage starts at 11:30 tomorrow. It's on Sky Sports. I might go live about half. I might go live about 11:30 tomorrow before the game. So I'll see what the situation is. I'll see if I can get time to go live and have a clear house. I'll go live and have a chat with you before the game. We'll talk about the starting lineup. We'll talk about the emotions. Job done. Nothing down here, mate. On Matt already going to Spurs. So the link that I seen was Gimme Sports, and then there was also a media outlet in Denmark that reported on Tuesday that a couple of clubs in English football are monitoring the situation. 2 clubs out of top 6 unnamed clubs. So I'm thinking to myself, if one of them it could be Tottenham. Could be Tottenham, but Tottenham went out and bought players last season to boost all their midfield, and they still had a load of problems. But I think Ange will probably go to. Ange will go to Man United if Tim Hag goes. But Daniel Levy, he's a good businessman. As much as he doesn't really get on with his managers after a year or two, chucks them out the door. Like, look what he done with Mourinho, Pochettino. You should never get rid of Pochettino. But yeah, look, this is a Celtic podcast. We're not going to talk about Spurs. I'm just talking about Ange in general. Ange just hasn't worked out for him this season. Look at, if you said to him at the start of the season, top 5, yeah, definitely. So yeah, this is the thing. I think personally, Tommy, I think it's gonna go down to there'll be a 20 million bid. I think someone will try 18 million first and try to be cheeky. It's gonna be an 18 million bid. I think we're gonna have to. I think this is gonna be like a Tierney scenario. We're gonna knock back a couple of bids until we feel right to sell. And I know Brendan's came out in the press conference and said we're not in a position to sell at the moment. We want to improve the team, and that's right. And he's one of our key assets. I think it's gonna be hard to think going into next season. We're gonna have to replace Joe Hart. That if Matt O'Reilly goes, we're gonna have to replace Matt O'Reilly. And I still personally feel I would get rid of Lager Bielke, take even 2 million for him. I know we bought him for 3 odd million, and go out and get another centre back, because obviously Lager Bielke doesn't suit Brendan's style of football, and he was meant to go to Lecce on loan, and we'll see what happens. I think the likes of, my mate was saying to me the other night in the pub, and he's like, Keith, I think the Atletico Madrid deal is done already. And I was like, no, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, Atletico Madrid is a phenomenal club. Yes, they have a massive stadium. They're all right in La Liga, but like, you can go to Atletico Madrid and play probably the worst football in your life. Really aggressive football, and it's a lot of breakdown play. Yeah, Diego Simeone has won La Ligas with Atletico Madrid and done a really good job there, getting them Champions League finals and stuff. But come on. Like, yes, they're in a better league than us, 100%. La Liga is obviously, we're like the cold version of La Liga. But no, we need to keep them. We need to be stubborn and hold our guns and say, you know what, F this bid, 20 million comes in. No, don't want that bid. 25 million. If we can keep him, and by January, he's got the Champions League football on his belt, which is the 8 games, which will bring his price tag, bring his price tag up. And if he has a good Euros and he scores in a couple of more derbies, and even if he's at, say, argument's sake, 6 goals, 4 assists going into January, even more than that, like similar to what he done going into season just gone, this season, you never know what could happen. You never know. We just need to be. Atletico Madrid have a deal done, mate, unless it's a bigger bid that comes in. A lot of people are saying that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Time will tell. It's all speculation. It's all fan talking it. We'll see what happens. As I said, I wouldn't like him to go. Brendan sounds like he has big plans for the summer. Hope so. I hope he gets backed, because if we're going back down the same road, what happened in his first term where he gets one or two players in and it's all loans, because I think it was a disaster of a window for us. Yeah, Ida came in and done well, couldn't start getting into it, but come on, we should have had a bit more quality in January, but we turned on the style in the last third of the season, and that's why we're champions. This is why we're 3-in-a-row champions. This is why we're better than Rangers, because they only won a league. They only won a league down to the fans were in the stadium, and we were utter shit. We were absolutely shit. We shot ourselves in the foot so many times that season, in all aspects, on and off the pitch. But 12 leagues in 13 years, folks, that's some achievement in itself. Some achievement in itself. On top of that, how many trebles did we do in there? 5 trebles. 5 trebles. This is why people that support the English Premier League can't understand. They think it's just a farmers league. They just think, oh, it's this and that. Hold on a minute. Half your fans would even bother attending away games. Man City can't even fill that stadium. Fill that stadium for the big games. There's been many empty seats in the Etihad for Champions League games. Like, this malarkey. I'd rather be in a league where I'm playing against teams where it feels good and you have a chance to win a title than this tourist mentality where people don't have a clue who half the manager was for your club or half the players were. They just go for an Instagram post. They just go to get a scarf. They just go to think that, oh, my dream is to be a Liverpool fan all my life. All my dreams to support Man City all my life. They don't have a clue who. I'm sure half of Man City fans that you never even knew Billy McNeil managed them. Some have them probably don't even know who Sean Goater is. Mad stuff. Absolute mad stuff. This is why I hate the Premier League. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Hell, Matt Rudy can't go for less than 40 million. Man, Joe, that's a big risk. But I like your ambition, Joe. Why not? Why not? Throw it out there, big time. But we're gonna move on to this one. Right. Danny Armstrong of Kilmarnock. Now, I know what I'm going to get off some of you in the comments. You're like, Keith, we're going into Europe next season. Why are we looking around? My mate Danny made a great comparison the other day about this guy. Right, now look at Danny Armstrong's 26. He's a free kick specialist. He scored an absolute cracker of a goal against us the other night, but was disallowed. And he is a really good he really is a good dead ball expertise, fast, plays in the left, playing the right. And this is the type of player we think we need at Celtic. I think he'll do a decent job. 26 years of age, 9 goals this season, 14 assists, nearly 4,000 minutes up under his belt as well. That's pretty decent. That's a guy that, that's, consistent as well, hasn't missed many games. Would I take Danny Armstrong at Celtic? 100%. His transfer market value is 1.5 million. Now it says 1 million. When you look at all the stats and the way he's pulled it together, probably about 1.5 million. His contract is not up until 2026 with Kilmarnock, summer 26. I would gladly take Danny Armstrong at Celtic. I think that's the type of player we need. I'm completely gone off the whole Shanklin signing thing. Shanklin obviously got the golden boot and all this malarkey, but no. I'd rather have Morosky of Aberdeen, to be honest. I know Shanklin has more goals and stuff like that, but Morosky's that type of player that we're needing, tall, physical, scores a goal in the big games. Look at Ida, turned up for the big games as well. Ida turned up for the derby at Ibrox, turned up at Fair Park, turned up at Hibs and scored them crucial penalties, turned up the other night. So there is a player there in Ida. But I want to know in the comments, Danny Armstrong, Kilmarnock winger. Give us a yes or a no. What do you think? I think shy. It's not shy. His stats prove it there. He's a decent player. He's not shy. 9 goals for a winger. 14 assists. That's not shy. That's not shy at all. you know. And look what Kilmarnock done this season. He lost 9 games all season, Kilmarnock. 9 games, and they done us over twice as well. Yeah. So yeah. So shout out to Danny with that suggestion. I think that's, you know, that's it. I definitely go for McGowan as well. Like, look, as much as we all want to go out and recruit from players from different markets, the Scandinavian League, and you know, I don't know if this is an end of an era of us going back into the J League and recruiting players. Personally, the K League, I won't be touching the K League again. I think all needs to get offloaded. I'd send him on loan. I think Yang terminate his contract. Not good enough for Celtic. Simple as that. Glimpses. We need consistency. I'm sorry, but Yang's not good enough for Celtic. Kwan played well for St. Mirren. There is a player there in Kwan, but my opinion on Kwan is I'd send him back on loan again till January, and see what he's about. I thought he played well for St. Mirren. Yeah, 100%. 100%, Thomas. Exactly. Everyone played their part this season. And Ida came in January, and a lot of fans. You could go back over that video and you look at the comments, and people are very angry that there was no. I think more people are more angry with the club, with the lack of ambition. But we got a guy that came in. We were originally meant to be getting Sidney Van Hooijdonk, and then Sidney ended up going to Norwich. And you know what? I'm delighted that he got pumped by Leeds last night, because you know he had a chance to come to a club that he knows quite well, because Pearl, obviously his father played for us, helped us win the Scottish Cup against Airdrie back in 1995. So my response to Sidney Van Hooijdonk: snooze you lose. Simple as that. He could have came up to Glasgow, could have been playing Champions League football next season. But you know what, Sidney Van Hooijdonk, leave him to it. The whole situation with Ida was, you know, Ida wasn't rated by fans when he came in the door, because they looked at his stats of 120 games, 27 goals. They weren't impressed with his overall stats. But the thing about Adam Ida is, folks, majority of the time for Norwich, he wasn't playing as a striker. He's playing on the wings. Pukki was playing majority of them games. Before Pukki obviously went to the MLS. Then that guy Sargent as well, playing up there as well. So I think Ida's done a decent job. Overall, I give a review out of 10, probably a 7, pushing a 7 out of 10. I thought as I said, it's very similar to a Samaras kind of story to it. Came in, done a job, scored crucial goals in the title race, won a few fans over, and then there's the review there to obviously get him in the summer. I don't know how much Celtic actually spent in Samaras, the fee. When I look it up, Samaras. Does anyone know in the comments how much Celtic spent on Samaras? Was it around 3.5 million from Man City? Georgios, let's see. He's 39 now. He's coming back next week for the Legends game. 3 million. No, was it 3 million? No, wait. 2.5 million we got him for. And then obviously they got the extra 500,000 sign-on fee as well. So 3 million for Georgia Samaras. Wasn't bad at all. No, apologies. So it actually cost us, it's saying 8 million, and then the loan fee. Wait. June. So confusing this is. You look at this, because you had to pay additional add-ons. Overall, for the whole signing, getting them on loan and then signing them on a permanent, it worked out around 8 million quid, because you're paying them bonuses the following season as well, additional 2 million. So it was 8 million quid it cost us for Samaras all in over 18 months of that 6-month loan, and then the match, and then the add-ons and stuff like that. But Sammy was well worth it. Yeah, look, show you now. Don't believe me. Show you now. Sold him for 3 million to West Brom. Well, let's see. Let's see now. Get this now. See what this uploads. So saying this is the add-ons as well. So just get rid of Tommy's comment. I know Tommy's not in the way there. So there you go. So it was 8 million quid, right? Originally to get him up the road to Glasgow. And then that loan ended. And then they're saying that we paid 4 million at the end of the loan. And then we end up buying him for another 2.5 million. But see there where it says 3 million there. That's when you give, that was the actual add-on there and then. Now we're saying we end up actually costing them around 3 million worth of wages. So this is how it works. They see these fees here. This is all added in the accumulated wages as well. So we have a free transfer to West Brom. Apologies, I got the West Brom one wrong. But yeah. There you go. So Sammy costs us around 8 million altogether with the deal, with the wages, the loan fee, and then the signing on fee. Altogether all in. You know, done a good job, Samaras did, but it's going back to the comparison of Ida. You know, Ida came in, scored crucial goals. A lot of fans were on the jury about Monday after he scuffed a few shots against Rangers, and then we scored, came up. What he's you know, transfer market is pretty good. It's pretty accurate. You know, they're really recognized company in the world, so transfer market have done a decent job. But look, overall, all these fees in his career was 11 million. Samaras, all in. Played 491 games in his full career. Banged in how many goals? 119. Good stuff. So yeah, let us know in the comments about Adam Ida. Would we sign Adam Ida on a permanent in the summer? Did we go for someone else? Did we go for Murawski? Did we go hold out for Vestergaard off Bromby? Or does Brendan Rodgers have someone up his sleeve? How about bring Jamie Vardy up the road for a season? He'll do a job. Look, you need a bit of experience in it. Vardy still has it in him. He's in his mid-30s, he's banging goals in. Legend, that guy is. An absolute legend, Jamie Vardy. Need someone like that. Need a badass, you know. Look at him at Sutton and Hart'S and coming towards the end of their career, and they done a job, didn't they? And this is the team I'm going for against St. Mirren. Joe Hart in goal with captain's armband. Anthony Ralston right back. Greg Taylor left back because we don't have enough cover there in left back. Obviously, Alexandro Berdabé is currently playing in Brazilian football at the moment. For International, is it? That's the name of the team. Liam Scales. You could play Stephen Welch, but I'm gonna go for Naroski. I'm gonna go for Iwate. You know, rest Carl. Get Carl fully refreshed. He's the captain. I know he's had to come in the last 6 weeks from the injuries. He's played a very important role, crucial role to help us lead us into war and get that title. You know, we've lost a couple of battles this season, folks, but we never lost a war. And Bernardo come in for Rio Atate. Rio obviously looked a bit, you know, struggling in some parts of the game. Matt O'Reilly has to play. You need them stats up, bring them up. As I said, I made me point on it tonight. If the money's right, let him go. But we all want him to stay and be a part of our success under Brendan for his second season in his second term. Lewis Palmer, why not stick him in the mix? I think Lewis Palmer, we've seen the potential that he had before Christmas, and then he's obviously dipped. I think them penalty misses obviously affect his confidence as well, folks. I know people might say I'm talking a bit premature, but I think the penalty misses against Ross County obviously could have affected him. Nicholas Cohn done all right so far since he came in January. It's been spells, but I still think Nicholas Cohn should play on the left than playing on the right, even though he likes to cut in and hit with his left because he's a left footer. But no, I'll go for him on the left. And then Adam up front, tall physical player, turn all around and bring Kyogo on if we need to be. Like very similar to Wednesday night. Okay, Kilmarnock, good team, done really well against us this season, except Wednesday night, and they've done well. They're obviously in the top 5 and or top 4. So Killy are going to be a team to watch out for next season. But as I said about Kilmarnock, I would gladly take Danny Armstrong. I think I'd go in with a 2.5 million bid. You know, I won't be paying more than that for him. You know, he's 26. His stats are pretty good this season. Kilmarnock will try milk it as usual. So let's go see what Big Rab says. Thanks for tuning in, Rab, again. It is worth 5 million. I would prefer the sheep striker. I would as well. Personally, I would. I prefer the sheep striker as well. I prefer Bojang as well, but see what happens. The Bromby striker is out price range. They're looking for 8 million for him. They can get the ball. So has he even represented Denmark at senior level yet? I don't think he has. I would rest Matt O'Reilly. He hasn't got a game out. Give Kelly a start. I was thinking Kelly, but I'd play Awate. I'd probably play Kelly more deeper. I know Kelly can score as well, as we've seen. He's got 2 goals this season, didn't he? That goal against Dundee was bad foot. I'd have Kelly on the bench. Do you know who else I'd have on the bench? I was contemplating go with Rockabate instead of Palmer, or going with Vata on the right and playing Kun on the left. So yeah, well, Vata is more preferred. He plays on the right wing. So we'll see what happens. See what happens with that. And the Celts are here. How's it going, Tipperary boy? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. So folks, if you could tune in to the channel and subscribe, it would be really appreciated. Tell a mate, share it on YouTube, share it. If you want to buy the membership for 99 cents, back me. It's an extra way of backing me up. You know, I'd really appreciate it. Every little extra bit of support helps me on my YouTube journey to push this channel higher and higher. And don't have the money, simple as that. Don't be worrying about it. Use tuning in is one of the biggest things you can do. So yeah. Let me see. Just want to check a message before I jump off. So Joe Hart'S emotional day tomorrow. His last home game for Celtic. 151 games, 63 clean sheets, 6 trophies, maybe 7. And a guy that we brought in from Tottenham Hotspur, and he's done a really good job. Really, really good job. So he'll go down. The rapport he had with the fans, you know, I think the players are going to miss him terribly, big time. You know, really good professional. And as I said, I wish Joe the very best in his career after the Scottish Cup final. And it's sad that we're not keeping him on in some capacity. I would have loved to have him as a number 2 for another year. But okay, his family, him retiring is more important than a football club. You know, he needs to spend time with his family and enjoy it, you know. Any other comments in here? 3 people tuning in on Facebook. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. I need to start doing these podcasts daily these days. But anyways, folks, I'm going to jump off. My prediction for the game tomorrow, I'm going to go 5-0 Celtic. 5-0 against St. Mirren. It's trophy day. We always love to smash teams at home on trophy day. Have the place rocking. So I'm going to go 5-0 Celtic. I am not going to the game tomorrow, but I'm going to be in Glasgow for the cup final next week. I'm back to Dublin tonight. Oh God, back to Dublin tonight. You know, so I'll be on live tomorrow before the game, 11:30. If anyone's tuning in, if we're not going, please tune in about 11:30. I'll have a chat with you, and I'll try to get you on half full time as well. I'll have a chat with you. If not, it'll be later on that night as well. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So 5-0 tomorrow. Adam 2 goals. Matt O'Reilly a goal. Days of my head to come off the bench to score. And I fancy, you know what? I'm going to fancy Liam Scales to get a goal tomorrow. You know, I know we haven't been the greatest with set pieces and being clinical with them. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Safe home, as usual. Safe home. But anyways, folks, I'm going to leave it there. Good podcast, good numbers. Really appreciate you tuning in. Once again, I apologise for the bad pixelated live the other night at Paradise, but I was enjoying it. Whoever moans. So say, do a YouTube channel yourself and then come back to me. But appreciate the support, folks. Hell, the King of Kings. And I will be back tomorrow morning about 11:30 to chat to you when the team is announced. Speak to you all then. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy Friday. Hell.